Breaking news, and I need you to stop everything you are doing right now, because what is coming in May 2026 could directly impact the money that hits your bank account. We are talking about SSI, SSDI, and senior benefits all at once. I personally read through the official SSA documents, the Federal Register notices, and the Congressional Budget Office reports so that you do not have to spend hours confused and frustrated trying to decode government language. And listen, social media is absolutely flooded right now with misinformation about these changes. People are sharing rumors, half-truths, and flat-out wrong information that is causing real panic out there. My job today is to give you nothing but the verified facts. Before we dive in, I want you to drop a comment right now with your city and state. I am actively tracking how these changes are hitting different parts of the country, and your information genuinely helps me help you better. Let's get into it. All right, here is what is really happening, and I want you to understand the full picture, not just the headline. Starting in May 2026, the Social Security Administration is rolling out a series of compounding changes that affect three major groups simultaneously: SSI recipients, SSDI recipients, and seniors collecting retirement benefits on fixed incomes. We have not seen this many simultaneous adjustments in a single month in over a decade. Let that sink in. So what is driving this? There are three major forces at work right now. First, the cost of living adjustment recalculation cycle. The 2026 COLA was set at 2.5%, which sounds decent on paper, but here is what they do not tell you. That COLA increase is being partially offset by rising Medicare Part B premiums, which are automatically deducted from Social Security checks. For millions of seniors, the net gain from the COLA is being completely eaten up before the money even reaches them. Some recipients will see a net increase of less than $8 per month after the Medicare deduction. $8. This is not a drill. Second, SSA's renewed push to recover overpayments. The Social Security Administration has been under enormous pressure from federal auditors to reduce what they classify as improper payment rates. As of the most recent federal reporting cycle, the SSA's overpayment error rate was flagged at approximately 6% of total disbursements, a threshold that triggered a mandatory corrective action plan. What that means for you, plain and simple, is that the agency is now aggressively identifying recipients who they believe were overpaid, sometimes going back 2, 3, or even 4 years, and they are initiating clawback proceedings to recoup those funds. Third, administrative processing backlogs. The SSA is currently operating with significant staffing shortages following workforce reductions at the federal level. Office closures and reduced in-person hours have created a claims processing backlog that is now stretching 6 to 9 months for new SSDI applications and reconsiderations. That means people who are appealing overpayment notices or waiting on benefit approvals are caught in a bureaucratic nightmare with no fast exit. These three forces, the neutralized COLA, the overpayment crackdown, and the administrative backlog, are colliding at exactly the same moment in May 2026. And the people caught in the middle are the most vulnerable Americans in this country. Let that sink in one more time. Now let's talk about the numbers, because the data tells a very specific story, and it varies dramatically depending on where you live. Not all states are equally impacted, and I want to give you the real breakdown. Let's start with the overpayment crisis, because this is where the 6% error rate threshold becomes critically important. When the federal government flags an agency like the SSA for exceeding a 6% improper payment rate, it triggers what is called a corrective compliance period. During this window, the SSA is legally obligated to accelerate its recovery efforts. That means more letters, more clawbacks, and more benefit suspensions, happening faster than the system is equipped to handle. Here is how this is playing out across the country. High-impact states. Residents are feeling this hard. California is one of the hardest hit states in the entire country. With over 4.2 million Social Security beneficiaries and one of the highest costs of living in the nation, California recipients are seeing the COLA increase almost entirely wiped out by both Medicare premium hikes and rising state-level expenses. SSI recipients in California receive a state supplemental payment on top of the federal SSI rate. But even that combined amount of approximately $149 per month for an individual is catastrophically low for someone living in Los Angeles or San Francisco, where average rent alone can exceed $2,000. New York is facing a similar crisis. Over 3.6 million New Yorkers collect Social Security benefits, and the state has seen a marked increase in overpayment notices being sent to SSDI recipients, particularly those who had any period of trial work activity between 2022 and 2024. If you are in New York and you worked even part-time during that period, you need to review your records immediately. Texas presents a different but equally serious problem. Texas does not offer a state supplemental payment to SSI recipients, meaning beneficiaries receive only the federal base rate, currently $9.60 per month for an individual after the 2026 COLA adjustment. In major metro areas like Houston and Dallas, where housing and food costs have surged dramatically post-pandemic, that amount is simply not survivable without additional support. Texas also has one of the largest concentrations of unbanked beneficiaries, meaning payment disruptions hit harder and faster. Florida, home to one of the largest senior populations in the entire United States, is facing a dual crisis. First, Florida does not supplement federal SSI payments. Second, the state has an extraordinarily high concentration of seniors who are simultaneously enrolled in Medicare Advantage plans, and changes to those plans in 2026 are further reducing coverage and increasing out-of-pocket costs. For a retiree in Tampa or Jacksonville living on a fixed Social Security income of $1,400 to $1,600 per month, a $60 to $80 per month net reduction in real purchasing power is devastating. Georgia is seeing a surge in SSDI overpayment letters specifically tied to continuing disability reviews, CDRs, that were delayed during the COVID years and are now being fast-tracked by the SSA. Thousands of SSDI recipients in Georgia are receiving notices demanding repayment of amounts ranging from $3,000 to $18,000, money most of them simply do not have. States with more support infrastructure. Alaska stands out as a relative bright spot, not because federal benefits are any different, but because Alaska provides a unique permanent fund dividend that gives residents an annual cash payment. In 2025, that dividend was approximately $1,702 per person. While it does not eliminate the federal benefit challenges, it provides a meaningful financial cushion that most other states simply do not have. The bottom line from the data: where you live determines how hard this hits you. If you are in a state with no supplemental SSI payment, no dividend program, and high costs of living, you are in the most vulnerable position heading into May 2026. Let me now walk you through exactly how each major benefit group is affected, because the impact is not identical across the board. SSI recipients. If you receive supplemental security income, the federal base payment for 2026 is $967 per month for an individual and $1,150 per month for a couple. These numbers reflect the 2.5% COLA. However, if you live in a state that provides a supplement, that amount will vary. The critical issue for SSI recipients right now is the overpayment crackdown. If the SSA determines you were overpaid at any point, even due to their own administrative error, they can begin withholding a portion of your monthly benefit to recover those funds. Under current rules, they can withhold up to 10% of your monthly payment unless you request a waiver or appeal. SSDI recipients. For Social Security disability insurance recipients, the May 2026 changes are particularly concerning because of the continuing disability review acceleration. If you have been receiving SSDI for 3 years or more, there is a statistically significant chance your file is in the queue for a CDR, a process where the SSA reevaluates whether you still qualify. With reduced staffing, many of these reviews are being processed with less individual attention, increasing the risk of incorrect termination decisions. If you receive a CDR notice, do not ignore it. Failure to respond can result in automatic benefit suspension. Seniors on fixed incomes, retirees collecting Social Security retirement benefits are facing the Medicare Part B premium offset problem I described earlier. The standard Part B premium for 2026 is $185 per month, an increase from the prior year. For seniors whose only income is Social Security, this leaves very little margin for error. Any additional deduction from Medicare Advantage plan cost changes, income-related premium adjustments, May, or benefit garnishments can push a senior household into real financial crisis. Veterans, VA benefits. Veterans receiving both VA disability compensation and Social Security benefits are caught in a unique overlap issue. While VA benefits are not directly affected by SSA overpayment rules, veterans who are also SSI recipients must report all income, including VA payments, to the SSA. Errors in this reporting or delays in updating records when VA benefit amounts change are one of the most common triggers for SSI overpayment determinations. Veterans in this situation must be proactive about keeping their records synchronized across both agencies. Low-income families on SNAP. While SNAP benefits are administered separately from Social Security, any reduction in SSI or SSDI income can trigger a SNAP benefit recalculation that either reduces or eliminates food assistance eligibility. This creates a cascading effect. One agency's action directly impacts another program families depend on for food. All right, here is exactly what you need to do right now. Do not wait. Do not put this off until next week. Let's go step by step. Step 1. Log into your My Social Security account. Today, go to ssa.gov and access your personal My Social Security portal. If you do not have an account, create one immediately using your Social Security number and a verified email address. Once inside, review your payment history for the last 24 months and look for any notices, flags, or letters you may have missed. The SSA is now sending official notices through this portal, not just by mail, and many people are missing critical deadlines because they are not checking online. Step 2. Review every letter from the SSA. Do not throw anything away. If you have received any letter from the SSA in the last 90 days, even if it looked routine, pull it out right now and read it carefully. Overpayment notices have strict 60-day appeal deadlines. Missing that window can cost you your right to challenge the decision. Keep every piece of SSA correspondence in a dedicated folder, physical or digital. Step 3. Update your household information immediately. If your living situation, household income, or medical condition has changed in any way, update your records with the SSA as soon as possible. For SSI recipients especially, unreported changes in household composition or income are the single most common cause of overpayment determinations. You can update your information by calling 1-800-772-1213 or visiting your local SSA field office. Step 4. Request a benefits verification letter. Ask the SSA for an official benefits verification letter, sometimes called a budget letter or proof of income letter. This document confirms your current benefit amount and status. You will need this if you are applying for rental assistance, utility help, food banks, or any local emergency programs in the coming months. Step 5. Contact your local area agency on aging or benefits counselor. Every state has a federally funded area agency on aging, AAA, that provides free benefits counseling. These counselors can help you understand overpayment notices, navigate appeals, and connect you with local emergency assistance. Find yours at eldercare.acl.gov or by calling the Eldercare locator at 1-800-677-1116. Step 6. Locate your nearest food bank and emergency assistance programs. Even if you do not need food assistance right now, know where your local food bank is before a crisis hits. Visit feedingamerica.org and enter your zip code to find the nearest Feeding America member food bank. Many also offer emergency utility assistance, transportation support, and prescription drug programs for seniors and people with disabilities. I want to take a moment before I let you go, because I know that for a lot of you watching this, what I just laid out feels overwhelming, maybe even terrifying. And I need you to hear me when I say this. You are not alone. What is happening right now with these benefit changes is not your fault. You did not cause the government's 6% error rate. You did not create the staffing shortages at the SSA. You did not design a system where a $185 Medicare premium can undo an entire year's cost of living increase. You are simply living inside a system that was not built to protect you the way it should. But here is what I also need you to know. You earned these benefits. Every single dollar of Social Security, whether it is retirement, SSDI, or SSI, represents something you contributed to, something you qualified for, or something this country promised you when you needed it most. No bureaucratic error, no automated clawback notice, no confusing government letter changes that fundamental truth. So take those 6 steps, stay informed, and share this video with someone you love who is on Social Security because they need to know this information too. If this video helped you today, please hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an update like this one. Coming up next, I am breaking down exactly what to do if you receive an SSA overpayment letter in 2026, including the magic words you need to say to get a waiver and protect your benefits. You do not want to miss that one. Stay safe, stay informed. I will see you in the next video.